Hi, and welcome back to the Spookins channel, a place to talk about all things horror. I'm Sarah,
I'm Sam.
and today we're going to do something I'm really excited about, which is a tier list of the Buffy big bad villains and their main minions. I'm really excited to do this one because Buffy was my first special interest ever. I was really into Buffy when I was a child. I was like 7 or 8 when I started watching it. I used to make like little books about them and I was just obsessed. I had the Top Trumps cards. I would watch them all the time. I was really sad when it ended. I can't remember how old I was, maybe 10. I was really sad when it ended, and I've watched it so many times since then. So it's a big, big obsession for me as a child and teenager. But for you, I think it's different.
Yeah, because I feel like I saw Buffy once or twice when I was like the age for it, and then only really watched it like a couple of years ago. So yeah, we come at our love for Buffy from very different places, which
Yes.
might make this.
I think it will
quite
make
interesting.
it. I think it will because we'll have two different perspectives. So obviously, as a child, everything was much scarier to me.
Yeah.
And that has kind of lingered going through. Like my opinion of them as a child has kind of lingered, and I've really struggled to change my opinion on characters through all my rewatches. Even when we rewatched it, I found it really difficult to change my opinion on the characters. The only exception to that is not on this list is Tara. I didn't like Tara at all when I first watched it as a child, but I've forgiven her.
Oh, nice. There we go.
Forgiven her for her sin. I don't know what her sins are, but I've forgiven her, and I quite like Tara now as a character. Anyway, let's get on with the tier list and what the tiers are. So first up, we've got Slay, which is reserved for icons only. There may be quite a few in this list because a lot of them are super iconic. Everyone is Slay. So to qualify for being in Slay, they have to be iconic, really memorable, really campy, and kind of really just embody the show. So we need to be ruthless with Slay. We can't just be putting anyone in Slay.
Okay.
Next up, we got Nightmare Fuel. So these are ones that are scary. So these are still really good villains, but they're more scary than Slay. So Slay has campy, fun energy. Nightmare Fuel is just, I'm terrified of this villain and I want it to go away. Next up, we got Served a Purpose, which is like, you know, they did their thing. They're all right. They're okay. They're above memorable but meh. So memorable but meh is I remember who they are, but like I don't care for them very much. They may as well have not been there.
Yeah.
Then we got Kind of Forgettable. That's for anyone we forgot about. And lastly is We Could Take Them. So that is if I think that me and you could fight them and probably win. So we'll see if anyone gets in that category because I don't know.
Yeah, we might not. Who knows?
But it's there. So I'll give you the microphone
Thank you.
and we'll get started. So we'll start with the Master from season 1.
The Master.
I love the Master. If it was up to me, he would be in Slay, but I think all of them would be in Slay if it was up to me.
This quick tier list.
Yeah, very quick tier list. So we said we'd be ruthless, and there are other characters coming up who are. This category was made with one character in mind, and I am comparing every single person to that character when I think about putting them in Slay. I do not think, therefore, that the Master is Slay.
No. No, my Master for me is Served a Purpose.
Okay.
I think has a real purpose in the show in that he's the first one. He introduces us to the premise and to the Scooby Gang as characters, kind of gives us a taste of what to expect going forward. And I think he does that very well.
He does, and he has a good arc. Like overall, the first season is half the length of all the others. And I think he serves his purpose of being the introductory villain in 12 episodes well.
Yeah, I think he's absolutely fine as an introductory villain. But I don't think he's anything more than that.
Nothing special.
No.
Next up, we've got Darla, who is a tricky one because she's somewhere between Kind of Forgettable and memorable but meh. Because when I looked her up, I only recognised her vampire face.
Yeah, exactly the same. I did the same thing. I Googled her. I was just kind of looking through just to jog my memory of some things. And yeah, I saw a picture of her in human form and absolutely did not know who that was.
Yeah. If you asked me if I knew who Darla was, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
in season 1. And she does serve some purpose. I think she might be memorable, but meh.
Probably memorable.
Because
but
I
meh.
do remember her. She serves that purpose of kind of introducing us to another side of Angel. And she serves the purpose of proving that Angel is a good guy. She serves that purpose. But I don't want to put her in served a purpose. I think she's memorable, but meh.
Yeah, she's not the master.
She doesn't have as big a role
No.
as the master.
No, so she's there. I think that works nicely.
Yes. Next up, we've got, however you pronounce this, I'm probably going to say it wrong, Angelus.
Yeah.
Which one shall we go with
We'll
for
go
this tier
with,
list?
I think it's Angelus.
Angelus. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. In my child brain, I was like, oh, it's Angel. So it's Angel
Us.
So Angelus. Nightmare fuel for me.
Yeah, fine.
He's scary. Angelus is very scary. Not only because he's so close to the gang and that kind of ups the threat level because he knows how to play them in the right way. But because he's just vicious. He's so brutal and he's so uncaring about his brutality. Like he kills Jenny and just does it. He just doesn't care.
No.
He's unfeeling. So I don't think he quite has the campy energy to go and slay.
No,
He's
he
just
doesn't.
scary.
Yeah, and you're right that the nightmare fuel thing kind of Jenny is the first like big death that we get in Buffy.
Yeah.
And it kind of so for Angelus, I nearly
Yes.
went with Angelus. And for Angelus to kind of be the one who puts that into your brain that characters in this show can die
Yeah.
is scary for the future.
It is. I mean, obviously, if you don't count Buffy dying and coming back to life,
No, I
which we
don't.
won't count
No.
because she's not gone.
Yeah.
She dies so many times. So yeah, nightmare fuel. Next up, you might think this is the character that Slay was made for, but it's actually not.
Oh.
But he's going in Slay.
He's going in Slay, for
this
sure.
is Spike, specifically in his villain era.
Okay, yeah.
Because Spike, when he becomes a nice, I put it in wild marks because he is so not a nice guy.
No,
Builds a sex robot,
he does. Yeah.
tries to assault Buffy.
He does. Yeah.
Just not a nice guy.
No, not a nice
so
guy.
even when he goes on his hero arc, we're not including that era.
No, this is villain versions of these characters.
Yes,
If they have other versions.
So he's Slay.
He is Slay.
He is Slay, and I would like to say this is not an endorsement of Spike's character because he goes on to do some awful things outside of vampire villainy. But Vampire Spike is Slay for me. Like that scene, the one I've used for the tier list, is the kind of Spike I have in my head. Is him in his car with his like ciggy and he's rocking out, and that's just like sick.
Yeah.
And he's English.
He is English.
We have Giles, obviously.
Yeah.
But we love the representation.
And we also have a bit more representation joining him in Slay with his fellow buddy, Drusilla.
Is she English?
Yeah.
Spikey. Yeah, okay.
Oh, you gotta come with me,
She is so
Spikey.
English.
She's very English. That voice is the entire reason she's in Slay.
Oh, Spikey. I love you, Spikey. Yeah, she is Slay. She is Slay.
She's Slay Queen.
Yeah.
She's joint first in the potential Halloween costume ideas of Buffy list.
Yeah, we do love Drusilla. She is Slay.
Yeah, Drew
Okay.
Slay.
Moving on to Mayor Richards, the mayor.
The man.
Giant snake demon man.
Yeah.
For me, he's not my favorite. Season 3 is not my favorite season.
I forgot he was a giant snake.
I think he's a
I
giant
remembered the
snake.
mayor.
Might be a lizard. I can't remember.
Yeah, well,
but-
no, I know he turns into the creature at the
Yeah.
end. I remember him as the mayor. I completely
Yeah.
forgot he turned into a giant creature.
Yeah, he's a giant creature, which is then killed by high school students.
By high
I'm
schoolers.
pretty sure, isn't it? At the end, they do the big fight scene in the high school, and they're all like throwing trash at him. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't. I mean, we could take him because he got taken out by high schoolers.
There's not as many as us. There's not as many. There's only 2 of us.
Okay, maybe memorable but
I think memorable but meh is a good place for him.
I think that's a great place for him because it's not my favourite season. He's not my favourite villain. He's okay. He's really just okay. So we'll move on to Trick. Straight into kind of forgettable for the reason that when I was putting this list together, I did not remember him.
No.
I put all these together and I double checked my list that I had in my head because I was like, although I love Buffy, this needs to be fact checked. And Trick was there. And I was like, who is this guy? And as soon as I saw a picture, I remembered him, but I was like, okay, he did not come to my mind. So he is kind of forgettable.
He is kind of forgettable for sure. Sass went through the characters with me before and again, she said Trick. And I said, who is Trick? And then I looked at a picture of him and I went, oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. That guy.
Oh, cool, that
so
guy.
So he's kind of forgettable. I mean, I can say no more on him because I don't remember him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry if any Trick fans out there. But...
Yeah, sorry, Trick stands. Faith, I know where she's going.
Faith Lehane is up the top there. I didn't get this lady permanently etched onto my skin for her to go anywhere else but in Slay. To be honest, villain Faith, not the best iteration of Faith.
No, it's not. And we are doing this off the villain iterations.
Yeah, so... she's still Faith.
Still Slay. Still 5
Slay.
by 5.
Where would she go if she wasn't a tattoo I had? Served a purpose.
Yeah.
But we are absolutely allowing bias to shine through here and putting her in Slay.
That's fine. We'll move on to Adam because unless you have anything more to say about Faith.
No.
Just she's great and we love her.
She's great and we love her. 5 by 5, her own tier.
You are right though that villain Faith is not the best iteration of Faith.
No.
She works best with Buffy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Adam from season 4 is nightmare fuel for me.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
And this is where it comes in where I said earlier that I think my opinions are biased by watching this so young. Imagine being like 7, 8 or 9 and this giant robot man cyborg man, like I think this is where my fear of robots and AI, like Terminator, terrifying. Any horror or sci-fi to do with AI, robots, internet monsters is really scary to me. And I think it comes from Adam.
Wow. Scarred for life.
Yeah, literally scarred
Much like
for
he
life.
is. There you go.
This is why I shouldn't have watched his show so young.
I would have put him in memorable but meh.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously you look at Adam and he's a memorable kind of fellow.
He is. Yeah.
I don't think he's very good, but there we go.
Sorry, I'm straight nightmare fuel. Again, he is the person I made this category for.
Okay.
When I think of Buffy scary villains, Adam is up there.
Fine.
Something about a robot is just scary.
We might finally have all of our tiers filled.
We might. Maggie Walsh, what do you think?
I could take an old lady.
We could. If it was 2-on-1, us against Maggie Walsh, we could take her.
Yeah, we'd take her.
But she does have the initiative behind her.
She does.
So can she call the initiative?
It depends how quickly we can take her.
Depends where the fight's taking place.
With prep time.
With prep time, we can take Maggie Walsh. If she can't call the initiative, we can take her down.
Yeah, with prep time, she can take us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're going to ambush her.
Okay.
We know her game.
All right. Okay. We catch her on the way home.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I'll leave her and we can take her.
Where would you put her if we...
Served a purpose.
Yeah.
Just because she's the head of the initiative, she just serves that purpose, doesn't she?
Yeah.
But I do think we could take her.
We could take her.
This person is the reason that Slay was created.
It is.
And although this is not in order, we have to put respect on Glorificus's name.
We do.
She is Slay. She is iconic. She's campy. She's hilarious. She is scary, but she's not scary in the same way that Angelus is scary.
No.
I think her icon status comes from just being fabulous.
Absolutely it does. Yeah. She is
ruthless, to be fair.
She is. She's the perfect villain for this show, for a show like this. Like, she fits every single tiny little niche that this show hits,
Yes.
Glory kind of has in her.
Yeah. This is my favourite season of Buffy, season 5. And I think you're right. It is what the whole show is about.
Yeah.
And I love Glory. Not so much Ben, but he's not on here because he's not a villain. He's just a dude that gets taken over by her.
He's Glory.
Yeah, he is Glory.
Yeah.
And I just, it's my favourite season. I love it so much. Glory's a big part of that, I think. She's such a good villain because she is terrifying. She could easily go in Nightmare Fuel because imagine having someone just like in your brain.
Yeah.
And messing you up like she does with Tara and many other characters.
Yeah, man,
and she
scary
is
stuff.
brutal. She is very brutal.
Mm-hmm.
She's slay.
She's slay.
She's slay.
Yeah. Absolutely slay. Here we got Doc.
Doc. I think Doc serves a purpose. He's a follower of Glory. He does the ritual for her.
Yeah, I think serves a purpose is fine. He's has his little. I think he has enough little creepy, weird moments.
Yeah,
that,
he's creepy.
He's better than Meh.
100% better than Meh.
Served a purpose.
Joel Grey cannot deliver a bad performance. He doesn't know how to.
Yeah.
He simply does not know how to. So he does serve a purpose. He's definitely more than Meh. I love him. He is quite scary, like, because he's so just like, oh, hello, Dawn, we're going to.
There you go.
Yeah.
You'll never need another impression of Joel Grey in your life because you've seen the absolute top here.
Exactly.
What do you come to this channel for, if not that?
Next up, we've got the trio, and my God, could we take the trio?
We could, yeah.
These 3 losers.
Yeah, we're going to have them.
We could have the trio. They are just pure incel energy. So, like, I'll go in and distract him.
Mm-hmm.
You just bash him in the back of the head from behind. Yeah, I think we could take the trio, especially Andrew and Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan's kind of scary though, because he has a whole like. I don't know how much of this we can say out loud without getting in trouble. He has a whole like school shooter episode, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So he is a scary guy, but I do think we could take him.
Yeah, we could take him.
Warren is probably the biggest threat. I think you need to take Warren out first, and then the other 2 will fold.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Warren is quite scary. He's the one with the gun.
Yeah.
The other 2, Andrew especially, if you take out Warren, he'll be like, oh, let me help you take out Jonathan. Do you know what I mean? He's such a little turncoat that he would immediately join our side once we took Warren out. Yeah. Also, the trio, not my favourite villains, but they're okay. Because they're a red herring villain for Dark Willow. Who, again...
She's jumped the queue too.
She has jumped the queue as well. It's like, bored now. You know what I'm saying? Slay. Slay.
Yeah, that line is
actually,
iconic.
Is she Nightmare Fuel? Because she is terrifying.
I think she's Nightmare Fuel.
I wish I had 2 pictures of her because I'd put her in both.
It's a hard one, yeah.
She is truly terrifying. And I think for the same reason that Angel is so terrifying is because he is one of them. She does have to jump the queue, I'm afraid.
Yeah, if she's going in there, she's top of it. Yeah.
She is so close to them. And it is Nightmare Fuel. I think she is iconic enough to be Slay.
She's iconic enough to be Slay, and she does have a couple of lines that are like, oh, Slay.
She's back in Slay.
Slay Queen
She's
lines.
back in Slay. She's back in
she's
Slay.
up there. I mean,
she's on a vengeance mission.
She is.
Magic is cool. The only thing I think that makes her not Slay is the leading up to this, where she has like a whole addict storyline that's not handled particularly well. It's not the addiction that makes her not Slay.
No.
It's how they write that. It's very poorly written.
Yeah.
However, once she gets into Dark Willow, Slay. Absolute Slay.
Yeah.
The way she takes out Warren, Slay.
Oh. Yeah. The best.
100%. I'm noticing apart from Spike, a trend here. All the women are Slay. All of them. The men don't quite get Slay status.
No, they're not allowed.
They're not iconic enough.
Not allowed.
Next up, we've got the first evil. I think it serves a purpose. Because not really kind of forgettable because I always
No,
remember
it's
the
not
first
not kind of
evil.
forgettable.
We definitely couldn't take the first.
No, we
evil.
couldn't take him. It's I'm torn between memorable but meh and served a purpose.
Well, I think the next one is memorable but meh. And I think
and you
that
think
the
they
first
probably
evil,
can't be in the same one. Yeah,
It's not that. It's that I think the first evil serves a purpose for the plot.
yeah. This yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, and then Caleb, this guy.
Caleb.
Yeah, I think he's memorable but meh. Because I remembered he was in it, but I don't know if that's because he's played by Nathan Fillion.
Mm-hmm.
He's played by an actor I like, so that might be the only reason
Might
I
help.
remember him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll leave him in
So
memorable.
is he
but
not
meh.
kind of? He's not kind of forgettable.
Yeah. I think you're right. Actually, I couldn't tell you anything this character did. I remember there's
No,
like
you
one.
just know the actor he's
There's
played by.
one scene where he has like stuff coming out his eyes, but I
Yeah,
couldn't tell you
I
what
would
scene
go
was that.
Caleb kind of forgettable, and then the first can serve with purpose.
Yeah, I think that's right.
He brings us to
The
end. Yeah.
So I think that's probably fine.
We hate him for that.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're not counting anything beyond season 7, just the TV show.
Yeah.
We're counting because as much as I loved Buffy, I never read the season 8, etc.
Yeah.
comics.
I have the first one in the other room, and for some reason, not been picked up.
I know that it's canon, but I just haven't read it.
Yeah.
We're literally just looking at the TV show here. So this is our list.
Yeah, when at the start, we were like, we got to be really strict on who's Slay and who's not, and we've ended up with the most people in Slay.
Well, yeah.
But
I
that
mean,
tells you about the show. The show is
Yeah.
fantastic and
Yeah.
introduces lots of Slay characters.
if we were being truly ruthless,
Yeah.
Drusilla and Faith, I would move out of Slay. But they are your favourites, so they are allowed to stay in Slay.
Yeah.
So we do have the most in Slay. But yeah, it's just a great show. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's loads of iconic villains in it.
Yeah, it's great.
So yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, this is our tier list.
That
Let us
is it.
know what you think. Is there anyone that you would move around? Do you agree with what we've said? Are there any villains we've missed off? I don't think there are, but I could be wrong.
No, if you want honourable mentions or a couple more that might hit Slay.
Yes, sweet.
Sweet is in Slay. There's one guy who gets to go in Slay.
Yes, Nightmare Fuel, the Gentleman.
Gentlemen get to go
of
in Nightmare
course.
Fuel.
Him-
Balthazar, probably Nightmare Fuel as well.
I don't remember him, so he'll be kind of forgettable.
He's the big
for
guy in
me.
the bathtub.
Yeah, I know that, but if we're going off the same thing as Nathan Fillion
Yeah.
and Caleb Balthazar has to be that for me. I mean, there's the hyena demon
Yeah.
he's just memorable.
Maybe we do another one in
maybe
the
we'll do
future
another one
of minor villains.
Minor villains. The only problem with that is that there's so many.
Yeah,
of them.
all we really wanted to do is mention Sweet.
Yeah,
Because
we'll-
Sweet's the
Yeah.
best.
Maybe we'll do a minor villain one and you can let us know who you want to be in it. Because I feel like if we picked it, they'll be biased because I would just pick the ones that I'd like. And
Yeah,
then there
that's
would be
fair
no
enough,
point
yeah.
because they would all be
It
in
would
the
just
top
be
tier.
a list of
Yeah,
villains we like.
exactly. So let us know
Mm-hmm.
which minor villains you would like us to do and we will get on that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for watching. Let us know what you think below. Do all the other YouTube stuff.
Yeah, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell,
Yeah.
and join us next time. Until then, 5x5.